So after so long time we are making a video. So on the networking concepts part 3. In the previous class we have discussed part 1 and part 2 of a networking fundamentals. So let us discuss part 3. Basically in this part 3 we are going to discuss completely OSI model. Why we need to learn the OSI model. So we will discuss each and every application and what application is going to be do. So first is what is OSI model. So OSI stands for Open System Interconnection. It is a reference model. Why we say as a reference model means exactly it is not a thing to explain. That's why we are saying as a reference model. So suppose for understanding purpose, so one computer is there, computer A, and one more computer is there, computer B. I'm sending file from the computer A to computer B. So how this file is going to be transferred from the A to B? So this OSI model tells about file transferring. How in the what stages, what are the what are the application is going to be work on. We will discuss each and every application. So it was developed by ISO in 1984. So ISO stands for Indian Standard Organization. In the 1984 it was developed. So each and every application having different protocols. So we in this OSI model there are 7 layers, and each and every application having different protocols that are used in the while transferring the data or file while transferring the files. It has 7 layers. Already we have discussed. It having a 7 layers. In the top 4 layers are responsible for the host. Host means you are the host, so you are the responsible for the 4 layers, and the last three are responsible for the networking. So we will discuss each and everything. So you can see here there is application layer, presentation layer, and session layer, and transport layer, and networking layer, data link layer, and physical layer. So you need to understand here, if you are going to interact with the server, the physical layer must be in the first top position. The server is going to be interacting with a user or a host. The application must be in the first layer. So don't be confused. So you can see here in the diagram, so responsible for the host and responsible for the networking. So these are the only in the slide 3 we are given some work what is the application is going to be do in the transferring. Application layer is provides services to the user, and the presentation layer it is responsible for translation, compression, and encryption. And session it is used for establishing, managing, and terminate the session. And the transport is it provides reliable message delivery from the process to process. And the networking it is responsible for moving packet from the source to destination. And the data link layer it is used for error free and transfer of data frames. And the physical it provides a physical medium through the which byte has been transferred. So in this slide I have given a shortcut of working of an each and every application, but in the for upcoming slides we will discuss each and every layer in detail. So for easy method for interview purpose, how we are going to remember this OSI model. So APS TNDP, in the short form of Andhra Pradesh State Train New Delhi Points Naya. This is a shortcut of remembering your interview purpose of OSI model. So layer 1 is application layer. Already I said in the previous session that when you are going to interact with the server, the physical layer must be in the first, and the server is going to be interact with the user. The application layer must be in the first. So application layer we will discuss here. It manages the network application. Application layer provides services to the perform users. Basically, if you are going to search something in the browser, so in the Firefox, or if you want to mail to client or your HR something, so you will use SMTP protocol. See every searching having some protocols. We will see in the next slide. So you can see here for transferring we use FTP protocol, and for web surfing we use HTTPS and HTTP, and emailing purpose we use SMTP, and for remote controlling and uh, virtual terminals, we use telnet protocol. These are the protocols we are using. There are so many protocols, which is 65538 protocols are there, so we will use each and every protocol. And in the top diagram you can see is a HTTP, HTTPS, FTP, DHCP. Already you know that DHCP, working of DHCP, which is uh, basically it will assign the IP address for the each and every networking devices. So see, next is the presentation layer. Presentation layer receives data from the application layer. Whatever the data is there from it get it from the application layer, and the data contains whether the number or characters. See, if you search something numbers in the browser, or if you search something like a alphabets, it will uh, recognize what kind of data you are given input. So it convert into machine language. So basically every machine has been understanding only binary language, that is 0101. So it will convert the numbers and characters into the binary language. So first part is this, and the see you can see the diagram here. Application layer, from it got the data to presentation layer, and you are given a alphabets or a numbers, so it will convert into the binary. So first thing is this, and second is coming to the data compression. So presentation layer also do the data compression. Why we use mostly data compression? So there are a lot of GB that can't be transferred see easily. So if you compress the data, whatever the file is there, you can compress the file so easily to transfer from computer to another computer. So data compression also done by the presentation layer. See, you can see here, you can easily send the sender and the receiver data. So one more thing is presentation layer do encryption also. So why we do the encryption method? So suppose your data is sensitive, like a username and password. So no one can't be see that kind of username and password. You will make it as an encryption. So basically encryption is nothing but making a plain text into ciphertext, means not to understand. So, and one more thing is SSL certificate, which is secure socket layer. Why we use SSL certificate? Because it's an secure communication in the browser. That's why we need to check every time SSL certificate in your browsing, and you need to use HTTPS only. So it is a secure communication basically. And coming to the session layer gives us an instruction and managing the connection of the sender and receiver of the data. API helps the session layer. It allows the computer communication each other. So basically, I'll tell you one example to understand the session layer. So you are going to make a one big party. So you are a manager. You can't manage the catering department. You can't do every work at a time. So what you will do, you will make as a some you will get some employees to do work for a catering purpose, for a cleaning purpose, and for decoration. So this is a thing. So you are going to assign the work and you will manage the whole departments at a time. So this is the session layer. I think you are cleared with session layer. So session layer basically session management. So authentication and authorization. Basically, authentication is verifying the user. So it's a process of verifying the user. So next thing is, see, when you are going to enter username and password, so it will verify whether the person is a owner for the data or not. So the server is verifying in the using database of with the username and password. So this is authentication. If it is verified, if you are a verified user, so it will give you as a authorization, means access of data. Whatever the data is there, you are going to ask, that data is going to be given by the server. So this is a session layer. And coming to the part of transport layer. Transport layer of a reliability of a communication, segmentation of a flow control. So basically it will, whatever the data came from the presentation session layer to transport layer, it will divide the segmentation and flow control, error control. It is done by the transport layer. Segment means what? So whatever the data is came from the session layer, it will divide the data packets. So it will assign some in the upcoming layer, it will assign some IP address and MAC address like that. So it will divide the big packet into small packets. It's called segment. So suppose your computer having 100 Mbps transferring speed, but your phone is having 10 Mbps speed. So you can't transfer the files, or you can't get it the files from the computer. So what you will do, you will make it as, you can say to computer that you can make it as a 50 Mbps speed, you can transfer the files. So that is a thing. So whatever the data is going to be lost in your packets or something, so automatic repeat request, so it will always request the for missing the data. Next, basically in this transport layer, we use TCP and UDP, which is transmission control protocol, and user datagram protocol. So I have a question for you all. So try to find which protocol is going to be done the fast transferring data, which is TCP or UDP. Get it your answer and make it as a comment. So networking layer, and that transmit the received data from the segments from the one computer to another computer. Basically networking having logical address and the path destination. So whatever the data you are going to transfer, so first it's required the destination where it need to be go. Suppose if I want to come to your home, I don't know your home, you will send as a live location or a geolocation, you will send it, I can come easily. So same thing, whatever the data is going to be transferred in the network, it requires the logical address, which is IP address. So it will assign the IP address in the network layer. So it will assign the IP address to the packets, and path determination, which path it's need to go, we will assign it. And coming to the data link layer receives the data packet from the networking. Two kinds of addressing is there. So basically every time we will discuss IP address and MAC address, which is logical address and physical address. Physical address means MAC address, and logical means like a IP address. These are the things. So it is done by the data link layer. So logical address assigned by networking layer, and physical addressing assigned by the data link layer. So you can see in the diagram where IP address IP1, IP2 and segment tail. So it makes it as a frame using data link layer. So you can see is a MAC address is added to the tail of a packet. So it will directly go to the destination without any disturbance. So last layer is as a physical layer. It main functionality of a physical layer is to transmit the individual byte from the one node to another node. It is the lowest layer of OSI model. So we can say it is a lowest layer of OSI model when the server is going to interact with the host. If suppose you are going to interact with the server means it's a first layer. So it topmost layer. So it is establish, maintain and deactivate the physical connection. Whatever the first thing, if you are want to send the data from one computer to another computer, so you need establishing of connection between two computers. So it will done by the physical layer, and maintain and deactivate and physical connections. It specify the mechanical, electrical and potential network interface specification. These are the layers that we have discussed in this all video. So try to go through it again and again. It is important basically in the networking concepts. OSI model is very important to understand, to learn, for interview purpose, for every time. So thank you. In the further videos we will discuss few more networking concepts, and then we will start as a SOC program. So thank you all.